Hi everybody from TechnoLost, so welcome to the final review of the Asus Nexus 7 2013 version. This is the LTE capable version, so let's quickly sum up the hardware specs of this device. We have the CPU, which is the Snapdragon S4 Pro. It's a quad-core CPU clock at 1.5 GHz. It has a protection surface of 20 nanometers. Of course, Google tells us that this CPU is the S4 Pro Qualcomm Snapdragon, but it has the Crate Architecture 300, which means that it's nothing but a Snapdragon 600 slightly underclocked to 1.5 GHz. We have then the GPU, which is the Adreno 320, clocked at 400 MHz. We have the RAM, which is 2 GB of LPDDR3 memory, and we have 32 GB of internal non-expandable storage. You have more or less 26 GB users free memory when you initially start the device. Then we have the display, which is this gorgeous 7 inches diagonal display. There's a little bit more than full HD resolution, is 1920 x 1280 pixel. Very good resolution with a density of 323 pixels per inch. Very good. We have, of course, Corning Gorilla Glass covering the display, and this display is the IPS is an IPS display, of course. It has very good viewing angles, and even it's very bright and easily viewable under direct sunlight, which is a nice plus. We have 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera, and finally we even have the rear-facing camera with the main camera, which is 5 megapixel sensor, although this is not a backside illuminated sensor. Indeed, we have f2.04 aperture size for the lens. Giving a look to the back of the device, we can see that we even have dual stereo speaker. The first one is on the upper side, and then we have the other one on the lower side, as you can see here. This one is, as I told you, is the LTE capable version. We even have Wi-Fi dual band ABGN, NFC, Bluetooth 4.0 with low energy profile, GPS plus GLONASS, so both standard for what concern global positioning system. We have micro USB, and slim port for HDMI output, and we even have already integrated Qi charging. So we even have wireless chargers directly integrated into this small Nexus 7 2013. The battery size is 3950 mAh, and the version of the operating system is Android version 4.3. So that's all for what concerns technical specs of this device. We can now give a look to the software side. We have, as I told you, Android version 4.3, extremely fast. Just give a look here. It's incredibly fast. I would say insanely fast. This is one of the fastest Android tablet that I've ever tried. It's incredible. Even here browsing the widget has no lag at all. Very nice. Then we have, of course, stock UI, which means that given the fact that here we have a phablet UI, we have this dual notification window. On the left we have the notification side, and on the right we have the quick power toggle. So we cannot choose what to have here. It's already decided by Google itself. We cannot change it. At least with the stock ROM we have to install a custom ROM to perform such a switch. So we have, as I told you, Android 4.3, and one of the big plus is even the ability to have multi-user account into this device. And with the new version 4.3, you even have new limited privilege account, so you can create, for instance, new account for your child. And this is really interesting because you can decide on your own what your child will be able to use and what want. This is really interesting. As you can see, we have a list of the installed app here, and you can enable or disable the single app. So when you want to switch the account like this, you can select the limited privilege account, unlock it, and as you can see, we have very few app here, although into the in the tablet we had so much more apps installed. So let's get back to the normal account. So as you can see here, given the fact that we have a Jelly Bean version, we can even install new widget to the lock screen like this. You just have to press on the plus icon here, insert the right pattern, and then you can add a new widget. This is really interesting. Just let me show you. For instance, we want to insert the what's the song, and we can even change the position of each widget. We want this one to be before the other one, or we can just remove one of those. So these are more or less all the plus of this version 4.3 of Android. We have even a very nice keyboard. There's really no problem with this keyboard. It's pretty fast, and we didn't have any kind of problem. As you can see, we can of course switch between different language, and this is a very fast typing keyboard. Is very good. So these are more or less all the stuff dealing with the software side of this device. Oops, what's up here? Okay, sorry. Now we can talk a little bit about the multimedia side of this device. Although I've already recorded a dedicated video and focus on the multimedia side. So if you want more in-depth view of the multimedia aspect of this device, I suggest you to give a look to the dedicated focus. Anyway, I will try to sum up quickly here. This device finally have a main camera which is 5 megapixels, although not backside illuminated sensor, and the sensor is pretty good for one concerned picture taken with good light. We don't have that much of a problem, considering that we have 5 megapixel sensor. We don't have HDR at all, so if you shot against direct sunlight, you will always get your lens flare, and no way to get rid of it. And very good macro, pretty good, I would say. We have plenty of details for concern macro, although we always have to think about that we have 5 megapixels, so it's plenty of details to be a 5 megapixel, of course. We even have the possibility to record nice photosphere shot, and they are pretty good, yeah, to be honest. Although we have sometimes some problem with the emerging algorithm, as you may see here with this car like this, but nevertheless, this is not bad at all. We have some problem for what concern normal panoramic picture, not because we had problem itself, but just because the picture way too low resolution, which is pretty strange. Here we have completely loss of details, considering the resolution is very low. We don't have pretty good night mode here. We can use night mode or normal mode, but the result will be always the same, which means that we will have a picture with too much noise in it. For what concerns video recording, we have the possibility, of course, to record even 1080p, and they are pretty good. Not too much details, maybe a little bit too much compressed. If you consider that the average bitrate of 1080p is 12 megabit per second, and we have even a little bit of stuttering, and it's not perfectly smooth. So if you want, and once more, if you want more in-depth view of the multimedia side, just give a look to the dedicated focus for concerned video reproduction. We don't have many supported video files with the stock player. We can reproduce MKV and MP4, and MKV just video, not audio. If you start using third-party players like DICE players or MX players, combining both of them, you get more or less the whole set of video file formats supported by this device. No problem for concerned music reproduction, both from the headphones, and even better from the dual stereo speaker, which had as have a good audio output. No problem for concern volume. Maybe there's some lack of bass frequencies, but this is quite common for small devices like this. Maybe the only downside of having the speakers here is that when you start playing and you hold the device like this, you'll cover a little bit the speaker grill, which is not the optimal position. Anyway, pretty good. So we can talk now about the browser. Of course, given the fact that this is the Nexus device, we have nothing but the Chrome browser, which is to me not the best browser at all into the whole Android universe. I would rather have the stock browser, but this is what we have, and we can do much more than this. We can pinch and zoom with no kind of problem. At least this is not maybe perfectly smooth and extremely insanely fast as it would be on other devices, but nevertheless it's not bad. We don't have flash support here. If you care about flash and you want something more complete for what concern browsing, I do suggest you to try Lightning browser, which lets you use flash, lets you go into full screen mode, and it's pretty good. Although even this one is not perfectly smooth as it is Chrome. We have the same kind of amount of lag sometimes. Nothing dramatic, but there's some lag sometimes. Another good feature of this Lightning browser is that we can even perform text reflow. To perform text reflow, just have to zoom in the text larger than your page, and then you just have, this is not the case, so just let me find bigger text like this. Okay, and then we just have to double tap to, as you can see, reflow the text. This is really interesting, very nice. Of course, as I told you, you can use flash into this Lightning browser. Just pressing the flash icon here, you can immediately start the flash play, which is a nice plus indeed. Although, as you can see, the browser is not perfectly smooth, and it sometimes seems that cannot keep up with the finger movement. It's a little bit late, but nothing dramatic, and it's you can use it without any problem anyway. So this is for what concerns the browser side. So I guess we can now draw a line and talk about the pro and cons of this device. We don't have that much cons, so maybe it's better to start from them. The one of the things that I don't like about this device is the fact that we have 32GB of non-expandable internal storage. This is the LTE version, which has 32GB, 26 user available at the start, and to me at least, this is not enough. For maybe most of you, this would be even more than enough, but for a techno-lost like me, I used to go around with more than 12GB of MP3 music. Maybe 26 user available are not that much, although this is a tablet and not a smartphone, so it wouldn't be that easy to fill up all the memory with photo and video recording, for instance, because this is quite common with smartphones, and a little bit less with tablet, because they don't have such a great multimedia, camera. Another cons is the fact that indeed we don't have a great camera, but to be honest, and frankly speaking, almost any other tablet, at least Android tablet into the market, does not have a great camera. So this is nothing uncommon and nothing to worry about or to be ashamed about. So it's completely in line with the rest of the tablet nowadays on the market. We have even a small problem with the mounting of pen drive. When you start up the device the first time and at least until you get the root privilege, you will have problem in using pen drive directly connected. You must gain root privilege, or you have recently another way, which is the possibility to use an application like Nexus Importer, which does not even need root privilege and let you use pen drive without having to unlock your device and perform all the path to gain root privilege, which can be really annoying. So welcome to Nexus Media Importer, and thumb versus for the fact that we still don't have the possibility to use the pen drive directly when starting the device for the first time. So these are all the the cons of this device. As you can see, they are not dramatic and they are not so much. So let's start about the pro. The first things that I want to tell you about is the beautiful design. Let me tell you, to me this is very nice design indeed. Very slick, simple, nothing special here, but very clean, nice. We have this nice touch given the fact that we have this rubber finish of the back, which is a nice nice feeling and even quite comfortable to hold in your hand because it doesn't slip out of your hands when using it. The device is a little bit larger but a little bit thinner than the previous Nexus 7, which is quite practical if you use the device landscape like this, because you have the space to put your thumbs, for instance. The device is quite light, it's 300 grams, sorry, so it's very easy to bring it with you everywhere, no problem with this. We have a gorgeous display. Let me tell you, this is really a gorgeous display. This is a nice step forward from the previous Nexus 7 inches, but very high resolution, 1920 for 1200. So it's a very high resolution for this device, and moreover is an IPS display with very good viewing angles and great brightness. So very good forward consent display. This is the LTE version, so we even have the plus of having an LTE capable device, together of course with Bluetooth 4.0 with low energy profile. And what else? The device is extremely fast. Let me tell you, it's insanely fast in everyday usage, and it's great both for gaming, for browsing, and for normal usage. It's such a pleasure to use this Nexus 7. This is to me one of the fastest Android tablet that I've ever used, and I've been using quite a lot of tablet. Then we even have, which is the last nice plus, the fact that the battery, which is 3900, lasts for a good 3 days with more or less 3 to 4 hours of display usage, which is not bad at all if you don't of course start using heavily games, which does drain your battery like hell, but this is quite common with any device. So what can I tell you? This is a very nice device. If you're looking for a nice small tablet, extremely powerful, nice design, fast as hell, even with LTE connectivity, you have here what you're looking for. 349 euros for this LTE capable 32GB device. You cannot spend your money better on a small Android tablet. For concern the final review of this Asus Nexus 7 2013, that's all. What's more, thanks for watching and bye from TechnoLost.